Spring clean that podcast feed and skip the doom scroll. The Newsworthy gets you caught up on the day's news in less than 15 minutes and gives you some fun conversation starters along the way. It's quick, friendly, and informative. Search The Newsworthy wherever you're listening now and follow or subscribe to The Newsworthy today.
The new gum health hero is here from Parodontax, the experts in gum care. Parodontax gums strengthen and protect, strengthens the gum seal by killing plaque bacteria along the gum line for a stronger and tighter seal between the gums and teeth. Clinically proven to reduce bleeding. And now with hyaluronic acid for foaming action. Brush and rinse twice daily to protect against plaque, keep gums tight, and enjoy long-lasting gum health. Parodontax, strong gums, healthy smile.
Okay, this is just a quick little pop in. It's not an actual episode, but I wanted to personally invite you into something new I'm creating that I'm really excited about. This is a new branch of my work. It's a new extension of the work that I've been doing, and you're going to be learning a whole new way of seeing your relationships with men through the lens of masculine, feminine polarity. This is something that I have been studying behind the scenes for quite a few years, but more diligently and more seriously since about 2020, 21, somewhere in there. And I wanted to learn these principles before I got into dating or any new relationship moving forward. I wanted to learn what it was that was missing and what it was that I needed to do and what I needed to change so that I was no longer a match for someone that benefited from me being the one that took care of everything, took care of the relationship, took care of everything emotionally, handled it all, and live in perpetual exhaustion. And that kills desire, it kills attraction. And until you have actually practiced some of this stuff to learn it and experienced the effect of it when you make the changes within yourself, you won't really believe it and you won't understand it until you've had a taste of what that actually feels like. And when I have women start practicing some of these things inside of the clarity inner circle, they are learning the pulling back and the no longer going into fix and manage and mother and control the relationship, the whole dynamic, managing everything, the emotional manager of it all. It's very uncomfortable, but this is what I mean when I say you have to learn what your part in the dance is. And so this 3-day series I have coming up isn't for every woman. It's for the woman who is open to thinking differently. And it's for high achieving women who tend to lose themselves in relationships with men. And what I mean by that is that you tend to put yourself on the back burner and all of a sudden it becomes about that man, his feelings. Does he love me? Does he want me? Does he value me? Is he giving me attention? Is he staying? Is he going? What's he doing? We are shifting out of that because I want women to learn how to hold their self-value from their truest feminine power that we are born with as women. And through our natural feminine essence of who we are. So it's not about manipulation. It's about learning to act in alignment with what we truly feel and what we truly do believe and desire. And so when you really understand this from the lens that I'm going to teach you from, how women should be taken care of by a man and how healthy men are supposed to actually show up in relationships, you won't be able to unsee it. This was really difficult for me learning this because it kind of went against everything I'd ever learned. And it is kind of uncomfortable because it's a new way of showing up. It's rewiring the old ways that you have to be the one to carry it all, because if you don't do it, nobody else will. Well, when you're with someone that already has a lot of the masculine leadership traits already within him, you don't need to coach him to show up, to have his life together, to be the one to lead things, to make plans, to make sure things are organized and that he's fixing problems and he's the one coming up with solutions rather than leaning into passivity around you having to do it. When you've experienced that, then you go, oh, that's what that is. I don't have to think about how he's going to leave mess for me all over the house and not give a shit about what he leaves behind for me. And I thought that was normal. You know, when you're with someone that knows how to be. And that doesn't mean that there isn't improvement or there isn't ways that we need to require more or different, but it's the way that we learn how to do it from feminine power. And so when I got really serious about this, I started to study it all and really read single thing I could and learn the science and psychology behind this. It's not woo-woo. Even though there are a lot of people out there talking about it, 20 somethings talking about it, they're just learning it from other people on TikTok. You can tell it's very surface level. What I am really interested in is learning from the originals, like Carl Jung, who brought up the anima and animus, and he talked about the masculine feminine polarity. And so I have learned from some of those that studied from those original thought leaders around that. So there is a science and a psychology to this. It's not fluff, but if it's something that does not appeal to you, then it's probably not for you. But if this is something that you're leaning in and yes, I do want to learn more about this, and how do I actually do this work so I never have to be in a relationship that is really just heavy. You want to be in something that doesn't feel like you have to drag it along, that you're with a capable man that already has a lot of the traits present. So I want to teach you this. So we're going to do this from the lens of you're in a relationship that you've lost yourself in and you are in this stay or go limbo all the time. So I'm going to teach you what I've been teaching since 2019. I've just reframed it and I'm bringing in more of the polarity and the psychology and science of the importance of the feminine pause and the feminine self-containment. I'm going to teach you about the art of feminine self-containment and how I used it and have used it to shift my entire life. And so it's for you if you think differently. It's for you if you're not offended when I say women aren't wired to be men. We're not wired to be dominantly in our masculine all the time. And that feminized men, so more feminine leaning men with more feminine traits, when they want their feelings cherished and they want to be respected, they are narcissistic. And we're going to talk about that. This is a whole new lens, but when you learn it, it makes so much sense, and why women and men have their own dominant ways they need to be in a relationship to have that polarity and magnetism and chemistry and compatibility. When you don't have those, you're just in a relationship. Even if you think you love the person, it's not enough. You need to have all of those pieces. So the cycle doesn't break when you leave, it breaks when you heal the patterns within you that caused you to abandon yourself and put others' feelings ahead of your own. I work with so many high-level, smart, brilliant, successful women that still are like, I don't want to hurt his feelings by setting a boundary or saying no or leaving him or telling him it's over. I want a divorce. I'm afraid of hurting him. What? Seriously. That blows my mind. But it is part of this dynamic when women have completely lost themselves. They don't even know what they want, think, or feel anymore. So I want to show you how you start taking that power back. This is going to blow your mind. It's going to shift you. You're not going to be able to unsee it or unhear what I'm going to go over. This is for you if you're in a relationship that you're not sure if you should stay or leave, and you've done all that you already know how to do. You've done the EMDR, the talk therapy, the couples therapy, the 12-step programs, you've read books, you've done all the self-help, free and paid, you've done coaching, you've listened to all the podcasts, you've done everything that you know how to do, and you're ready for something that's actually going to create a change. So I officially invite you to this 3-day free event. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that this is a $222 value over the 3 days, what I'm going to be teaching you and sharing with you. And so when you join, you get a limited time free access to it. And then if you want access to it after the event period, you will have to pay for it for the $222. Or it will be put in the vault inside of the inner circle. If you're a part of the inner circle, then you naturally will get access to the replays for repeated listening. So if you want to get access to this for free, you have to participate and make sure that you are watching the replays within the time frame of this event. When we close it up, you lose access. So you can head to the link in the show notes here to save your spot. And once you have saved your spot with your email, make sure when you get on that landing page that confirms that you're in, hit the button that says open up your Telegram right now, because so many women sign up for these things and they don't even bother to take the next step and get into the Telegram channel. This is where it's happening. I'm giving you a mini taster of what mentorship with me looks like and what it feels like and what is possible for you when you step into this and go all in. So go all in and take the step and make sure you get into the Telegram channel, because you're not going to be able to access it. I love Telegram because I can go in there and just pop in with voice notes. I can add any additional stuff in there really easily, and it's all from your back pocket, right from your phone, from a free app. It's really cool. And you don't need to be on social media. You don't need to be attending any live calls or anything like that. But you do need to participate within the event window if you want to get access to them all. Head to the link in the show notes to secure your spot, and I will see you on the other side.